Pathmic is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmic qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add Pathmic to your website in seconds. Let the AI do all the work and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmic.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Michelle Clark, Senior Marketing Manager with Expert Marketing Advisors. How are you doing today, Michelle?
Doing great. Thanks so much for having me.
It's great to have you on, Michelle. And I'm sure our listeners are tuning in, Michelle, wondering what Expert Marketing Advisors is all about. So let's kick it off with that. In your own words, can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, we are a B2B focused on B2B tech, and we are an end-to-end marketing agency. So we can plug in anywhere in your marketing initiatives, whether that's social media, SEO, SEM. We also provide boots on the ground with events. So wherever the need is, we can help you out.
Definitely important. Okay. And so that way our listeners can get a good understanding then there of your company. What would you say is that key problem that you guys like to solve for clients?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it really depends from client to client. We work with folks, early startups, sometimes even stealth. We also work with larger enterprise clients. So the use case can differ it can really differ depending on where our clients are at. Startups, we're looking at really needing help with strategy and execution. And then enterprises are just pretty much strictly execution. Usually it's a little bit more niche into like a single service or two, where startups or, SMB are looking for more of a fully rounded marketing team rather than hiring in-house.
Definitely. Yep. I would agree with that. So then is there a certain vertical segment? Is there an ideal ICP there for you guys that you guys like to focus on?
Yeah, again, we're really focused on B2B tech. That doesn't mean that we haven't had clients in the past or don't now or won't in the future that are, B2C. Usually it's like B2B to C. I would say we have some clients that are more in consulting, things like that. But really our sweet spot is tech companies, software.
Perfect. So say I was in the tech world, how would I usually find out about Expert Marketing Advisors? Is there a top line acquisition channel for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a few there. First of all, our founder just has a really awesome network of folks. And then also we're always trying to make sure that we have a presence at different events, trade shows. And so that is a really great way for us to meet folks as well.
Okay, interesting. All right, I like that. And then that way our listeners who are tuned in can go and visit you. They could always check you guys out at expertmarketingadvisors.com. What role does a website then play for client acquisition?
Yeah, I mean, we get a lot of really great feedback on our website. What's funny about that question is we're currently undergoing a redesign. So things that we're cleaning up, but we usually get feedback that our website really shows you everything that we can offer to clients. The messaging is usually pretty on point, straightforward. There's no confusion on, how to contact us or how we can help you out. Things we're working on now, though, is just making it a little bit more modern and a little bit more succinct because there's a lot there. We do a lot and we offer a lot. And so just kind of showing potential clients or anybody that wants to work with us exactly how that all comes together in one place.
Yeah, okay, like that. So then on that note, then, is there any tools or tips or methods that you would recommend to our listeners as far as some website lead generation?
Yeah, I think that one thing that oftentimes gets overlooked that shouldn't when it comes to converting is just the opportunity to. So people usually get pretty caught up in the design or the copy, the messaging, what it seems like from page to page, the journey, and they forget about CTAs, really basic stuff. So that's what I would say is just kind of revisit the basics. If you want people to convert, then give them the opportunity to.
Definitely would. Yep, I would agree with that. Thank you so much for sharing that with our listeners. And well, let's switch gears then a little bit and let's talk about you as a leader, Michelle. You being the senior marketing manager there, what are some key tasks you like to focus on your day-to-day work?
Yeah, I mean, I think like a lot of marketers, I wear several hats at our company. And so I run the internal marketing for our agency. So that's making sure I'm working with our SEO folks, our social media expert, and just making sure sort of all the pieces are fitting together for our own marketing. And then I also lead the customer success managers. And so I'm working with them every day, making sure that our clients are seeing continued success. And then I'm also sitting on sales enablement too. So all these things, it seems like a lot. It seems like three separate jobs, but they actually all go together, right? To help support the agency.
Definitely. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So in your between time, when you do have some time available, how do you like to stay up to date with all the news in the marketing world as far as trends, strategies? Is there a preferred channel that you like to go with?
Honestly, LinkedIn. I mean, it's just the perfect aggregate of all things. And so, yeah, so you have to kind of like sift through the noise sometimes. And it's become such a social network where you see more than just marketing news. You see like people's personal lives too. But I do think it's a perfect aggregate where you can kind of find different companies, different news sources all in one place.
Yep. Okay. Awesome. Great, great, great to hear that. Um, so then let's jump into our next section then here, which is our rapid fire question rounds. Are you ready for them?
We'll see.
First off, that is, what is the last book that you read?
Thirsty, which I feel like I was really late to the game for that. That was like a 2017, 2018 book, but it just came back around for me and I was shocked at how good it was. It was a compelling book.
Okay, awesome. Great, great read there for our listeners' recommendation. Next up then is, what is one single thing that your company's focused on at the moment the most?
Like a service.
Well, as far as what you guys are focused on at the moment, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I would say a lot of startups are knocking on our door right now. So we're putting together an early startup package, and we're kind of just fine tuning that just to make sure that we're really serving a lot of the folks who are needing the help the most right now.
Okay, all right, interesting like that. And so say that if there would be no boundaries in technology, what would be that one thing that you want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
Um, I think that there can probably just be a better platform for how to collaborate with your team members. I think a lot of the platforms think that they can do that, whether it's, I won't go naming and like sort of hitting on. And when I say hitting on, I mean like I'm not trying to bash anything, but I feel like we're missing sort of a gap for a platform where you can really collaborate in a remote world with your team members.
Okay, all right, like that, awesome. And so if there's one repetitive task that you could automate, what would that be?
I saw a meme on the internet the other day and I thought that it nailed it, where it says something along the lines of, I don't want the AI to do my creative work for me so that I have more time for laundry and dishes. I want the AI to do the laundry and the dishes so that I have more time for my creative work. And so that's how I feel. Like if I could get AI to do more housework, that would be fantastic because I love my job and I really want to be doing the hands-on with my job every day.
That's great. I'd love to hear that from you. So that say there's say you would go back in time, right? What would be that one piece of advice that you would give yourself if you were to restart your journey as a marketer today?
Mm, being a marketer such a rewarding job, but it also can be very challenging. So probably just like invest in mental health resources early. And that doesn't need to be anything crazy, just like a meditation app or something like that, and put that into practice more often because we're glued to our computers all day, every day. Even when we walk away, it's still stuck in our brains. So just finding some sort of balance and some sort of resource to really help you like still love your job, but also have a sense of balance in your mind.
Okay, all right, interesting. Great advice there for our listeners. And then we are coming to the end of the show here today, Michelle. But before we do end, I do want to give you the last word. Say someone forgets everything about the interview today. What is that one thing they should remember about your company?
Yeah, expert marketing advisors. We set your marketing on fire. So if you really want to see that growth and you want to see the fuel behind it, we're the folks to reach out to.
Well, you guys heard it. They're unicorn makers. So visit them at expertmarketingadvisors.com. I do want to thank you, Michelle, for being on, as well as to our listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to our next episode at Pathmonk Presents. Thanks a lot, Michelle.
Thanks so much for having me.